Hey guys, and welcome to Vlog Monday on Tuesday. I'm really sorry I didn't get to vlog yesterday. I was incredibly busy, but I have time today, so we're gonna get it taken care of. I want to talk about fundraising and authors. And what I mean by fundraising is, websites like Kickstarter, Indiegogo, GoFundMe, those kind of things where you set a monetary goal to reach, and if you reach the goal, you get the money. If you don't, then it just goes back to the individual. The reason that I wanted to talk about it as it pertains to authors is because, not just us, everybody uses these websites, but a lot of people are abusing them. And I feel like we as self-published authors, it's not a cheap industry to get into. But, if you are trying to use a funding website to pay your rent, to pay your bills, to pay things like that while you take time off of work to write, that's really not fair. I mean, I know that if people want to donate the money, they'll do it regardless, and it's not like you're holding a gun to their head, but morally, you have to kind of feel like that's wrong. You're taking advantage of people's generosity to be lazy. And it's not just paying for rent and things like that. It's paying for swag, it's paying for, the unnecessary extras that authors really want and don't need. Not a lot of self-published authors are going to be touring. I mean, if you have the ability to get set up to go on a book tour, awesome. But if you don't, you shouldn't be having somebody fund swag for you that you're not really going to use otherwise. I had to save up every penny that I had to pay for Celine. And it sucked because I was unemployed when I wrote Celine. It wasn't until I got a job that I was able to publish it. And my job was what paid for my cover, is what paid for everything that I got. And, I know that working is difficult. It sucks. But that doesn't mean that you should feel like you should take advantage of people because you don't want to work, because you want to write. You have to be able to be in a place either by yourself or with a partner or whoever. You have to be at a point where you're financially secure enough to take time off of work before you start saying, oh, I'm going to quit my job and go off and write the next great American novel. No, I'm sorry. That's not how it works. And I know I'm the one that always talks about these not popular opinions, but it's kind of shitty. Like, if I were to go out and say, oh, I don't want to work, so I'm gonna write, and I'm just gonna have all these people pay for everything for me, I'd feel like a major douchebag. And I hope that anybody with a conscience feels that way too. I mean, if you're trying to write and you're using all of your money to pay for something like chemotherapy or some kind of funeral expenses, or you are in a hard time either mentally or some kind of involvement with your health or something like that, then that's a completely different story. But if you're just some average Joe who is just freaking lazy, then you shouldn't be using crowdfunding or fundraising to pay for your book or to pay your rent while you write a book. Like, that's just ridiculous. I'm sorry. You are a major douchebag if you're doing something like that. That's just, hands down, you're an asshole. Just how it is. I'm sorry. But the thing is, as a self-published author, you have to recognize that your books probably aren't going to make $1 million. We all can't be Amanda Hocking. It's just not how it works. It would be awesome if we could all be Amanda Hocking, but, there's so many of us that, if you get success, you hold on to it, but you don't have other people pay your bills while you're trying to strive for that success. It's just not how it works. If you have an extra $10, $20 a month to pay for advertising on Facebook or YouTube or whatever, then do it. If you have the extra money to get a top-of-the-line custom cover made for your book, then do it. If you have the extra money to get swag, then do it. But don't ask people like me or my friends or some random stranger on the internet to pay for your shit while you write a book because you don't want to work. It's called balance, people. Like, it's just, that's how it is. It's called balance. And I don't like doing these rant videos, but I feel like it's something that needs to be said. And I've wanted to say this for a long time because my husband is a coder and he makes games and things like that on the side. He works a full-time job, and he knew someone that went to one of these crowdfunding websites and basically told them he was gonna make this really awesome generator thing, and he was gonna have it available across all platforms, and he was gonna hire somebody to write the coding for Apple because he knows PC or whatever. And he ended up taking all of the money he got. He reached his goal because he had enough interest. He reached his goal, but he took that money, took his family on a vacation. He bought an iPod or iPad. No, he bought an iPad, and he bought a bunch of PlayStation 3s and all this sort of shit because people gave him the money. So you have to think about, you know, if you want to do something like this, you have to have a legitimate reason for it. And don't be some asshole who's just scamming everyone on the internet, oh, because they were stupid enough to give you the money. No. Be a nice person. I'm sorry, but that's what's wrong with this world, is so many people are taking advantage of other people because they want to. Like, really? That's so... I gotta calm down because I'm trying not to cuss. I really am. I'm like this close to saying a lot of things that I probably shouldn't say. But anyway, I'm gonna try to get off this rant, but this is what I wanted to talk about. I hate doing serious vlogs, but I find myself doing them more and more often, but it's something that I felt needed to be said. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you guys enjoyed this vlog, and you know, if you want to leave a nasty comment below, you're more than welcome to. I don't particularly care. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I put out new vlogs on Mondays, book reviews on Thursdays, and there's about to be a new section added to the channel about self-publishing, but that's probably not going to be for another month. I'm still planning out the initial episodes. So anyway, see you guys in the next video. Bye!